Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. It was meant to be one of the brightest milestones in our relationship, our third anniversary. I had poured weeks into planning it, checking every detail twice, wanting everything to feel flawless. I booked a private room at a warm little Italian spot my family adored, invited both sets of parents, my sisters, and even her younger brother, who flew home from college just for the night. I wanted the evening to honor us, our history, our effort, our future. Her name was Celeste. Stunning, sharp, irresistibly charming. From the first moment I met her, she pulled me in without even trying. I believed she was my forever. Maybe I should have paid more attention to the hints I brushed aside. The way her phone always landed face down on tables, how she'd casually bring up her ex, Dorian, like he was nothing more than an old memory, even though there was always something heavy in her voice when she mentioned him. Once I asked, "Are you actually still in contact?" She laughed it off. "No, that chapter closed ages ago." But closed chapters don't send late-night drunk messages about missing someone. Messages I accidentally saw glowing on her screen one night. That should have been my wake-up call, but love has a way of muting warnings. Blind? Foolish? Probably both. Then came the anniversary. The dinner was flawless, soft lighting, warm laughter, plates of pasta passed across the table. Celeste looked breathtaking in a deep red dress that clung to her like it was made only for her. She leaned close, kissed my cheek, and whispered, "You did all this?" For a moment, it felt like everything I'd hoped for. Until the illusion cracked. Just as dessert arrived, a man stepped toward our table, tall, self-assured, wearing a smug expression that made my stomach twist. It was Dorian. Our eyes met, and it was obvious he wasn't surprised to see us. Celeste inhaled sharply, but not in fear or shock. It was a guilty, nervous breath. The kind someone takes when the truth arrives earlier than expected. "What is he doing here?" I whispered to her. She stumbled over her words. I didn't think he'd actually come. He messaged me earlier." Before anyone could make sense of what was happening, Dorian walked right up behind her, set his hand on her shoulder, and said, "Hey, missed you." And then, God, she stood up and kissed him. Right there. In front of my entire family. Her family. On our anniversary. The room fell silent. My mother covered her mouth. My father leaned forward, furious. Her brother's face flushed with disbelief. My sister whispered, "Is this a joke?" It wasn't. I just stood there, feeling every ounce of humiliation burn through me. Celeste pulled back from Dorian, and when she finally looked at me, her smile collapsed. I didn't yell. I didn't throw anything. I simply said, "So this is who you really are." She didn't answer. I turned to the table and said calmly, "Thank you all for coming. Dinner's on me. I need some air." And I walked out. But that wasn't the end. I didn't want messy revenge or shouting matches. I wanted something that would end things cleanly and permanently. When I got home, I collected everything she'd ever left at my place. Photos, clothes, perfume, tiny keepsakes, even her toothbrush. I packed it all into 2 bags and left them at her apartment door with a note. "You chose your direction. I'm choosing mine." Then I blocked her everywhere. Phone, email, socials, payments, all of it. The part that hit her hardest was the message I sent to her parents the next morning. I thanked them sincerely for their kindness over the years and told them I would no longer be part of their daughter's life. They were devastated. Her mother called, crying. Her father said he'd deal with her. A week later, Celeste appeared outside my office. She looked nothing like the woman who had kissed someone else in front of 2 families. Her hair was a mess, eyes swollen, wrapped in one of my old hoodies. She begged me to talk. She called what happened a mistake, said she panicked, that Dorian had showed up unexpectedly, that the kiss meant closure. Closure. On our anniversary. In front of everyone we loved. I didn't even open the door. I looked at her through the glass and said, "Closure granted." Then I walked away. She stayed outside crying for a while. Then she left. And that was the last time I ever saw her. I'm not sharing this for sympathy. I'm sharing it because sometimes the harshest heartbreaks are the ones that expose the clearest truths. She kissed her ex in front of both our families on the night meant to celebrate our commitment. She assumed I'd stand there wounded but loyal. Instead, I walked away and made sure she'd remember exactly what she lost. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers.